Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy Pony Montana, and today we are back with another episode of The Basics. And last episode we went over usering. This episode we are going to be going over passing. Now, let me remind you guys, this is for beginners only, man. Don't come in here thinking you the shit by commenting down below, acting like you're the greatest Madden player on the face of the planet, because we all know that's me. But yeah. This is for beginners only. I don't wanna steer you guys the wrong way. I'm here to kind of help you guys get better at the game, and that's what this series is for, to help you guys get better. There are a lot of things that a lot of people don't know about Madden, and if I can provide that content for you guys, I'm happy. You guys appreciated the last episode, so this episode, hopefully you guys, hopefully I get the same type of feedback. Let's go into a random play on defense. And the first thing that we are going to go over, and I literally just played a guy in Weekend League who did not make any of these, is hot routes. So we're just going to get into your random slants play. Hot routes, man. Learn them, get comfortable with them, because you can use them a lot. I literally played a guy right before recording this specific video in Weekend League, and this dude literally made no hot routes at all game, so I ended up destroying him because he was coming out in stock plays. Now I know some CFM guys do that and this and that, but I don't know if there's rules against hot routing. I think that would be kind of ridiculous. But to go over hot routes, man, every player on the field has a hot route. To access your hot routes, you have to press triangle or Y if you're on the Xbox, and then click on whatever icon you want. And then once you click on that, a little bubble pops up that shows 10 different things you can do with your receiver besides their specific route. Now, obviously, every single route that's on the field or every single player that's on the field doesn't have the same type of hot routes, but the only ones that really make a difference are the front receivers and the back of the O-line, whoever's back there, whether you have a tight end, a running back, or a fullback. The hot routes that happen with those guys are pretty much always going to be the same. Now, they are different, more different than the other ones. The only thing that's different with your outer receivers, like Grant, Doyle, Rogers, is if you're a tight end that's up front right next to the line, you have the option to go into a flat, and I'll show you guys. Let's go to Doyle. You have the option to go into a flat, and you have the option to pass block. Now, if Rogers was up against the line, he'd be able to pass block too, and he'd be able to go up to a flat. Now, if you are in a slot position or anywhere lined up on the inside of where the hash mark would be and stuff like that, if you're moving in kind of where Rogers is, they have the option to go into a hitch or flat. If you're one of the outside receivers, as Grant and Hilton are, they have the option to go into a comeback or a smoke screen. As you can see, that's a smoke screen. That's a comeback. For the flat route, that's a flat route right there. We're looking at R1 right now, and that is a hitch route. Now, your running back, or if you have a fullback or tight end, because I know split close, you can have a tight end back there from time to time. Right here, this specific position has probably the more unique hot routes in the game, because you have a wheel, a swing left, a swing right, a check and release, an option, and obviously the option to pass block, because a running back is in the backfield. So, but the option, a lot of people don't know what that is. They have an option to either hit the curl or go on an out route, depending on what he sees the defense doing. So yeah, those are hot routes. That's as basic as I can explain hot routes. Pretty much gives you the option to change your play at the line of scrimmage. Now that's why you hear a lot of people get mad at the game, because once you hot route, it takes forever for the quarterback to actually make the hot routes. And that's why a lot of people are resorting to getting conductor and stuff like that, because hot routes are that important to the passing game. Now, another thing that a lot of people don't know, if some people didn't even know how to hot route, a lot of people don't know how to smart route. And what smart routing does, it takes any route that you have and it pushes it up to where the first down marker is. Now, you see where Rogers is? Rogers is on your basic hitch. That is your hitch. If you go to Rogers and you access his smart routes again, and you press R1, that is putting him in a smart route. Now, that hitch will be up and he will cross the line of scrimmage before he makes his break. You can do this with out routes. As you can see, Grant is on a five little yard out route. You smart route him. Now he's on a 10, 11 yard out route, which would put him past the first down marker for a first down if you complete that pass. You can put him on. You can put smart routes on zigs. You can put smart routes on not zigs. Excuse me. You can put smart routes on posts. You can put smart routes on in routes, out routes, any comeback routes. Now I'm talking hitches, a regular comeback route, or a curl route. Any C route, any corner route, you could literally put your guy to hit the first down marker every single time. Obviously, you're not always going to complete the pass because you obviously have a defense to combat you on that. But just to show you guys, Doyle is on a curl. You smart route him, and you see how it's a lot deeper. Rodgers, let's put him on an in route, smart route him, and now look, now he's on a deep in route, the same exact length as Grant is. So that is how to smart route. Start to learn it. A lot of people don't know how to do it, so that's pretty much what I'm here for, is to kind of let you guys know. Basics, man. We're going over the basics. Next thing on my list of things to kind of help you guys with, being a better passer and stuff like that is types of passes. A lot of people only know one type of pass, and that is holding the button that is there, and that's a bullet pass. You do that. Oh, let me just drop down because he's literally just gonna stay there. Let me just drop down. A lot of people don't know. Well, I don't even know if a lot of people don't know this, but obviously, if you're burning one of your defenders, the best option to do when you're burning a defender is to just touch pass it. And by touch passing it, you literally just press the button. As you can see, the trajectory of the ball is literally too high for any defender to grab if you're beating them deep. Obviously, if you're just tossing it, hoping for a high ball, Randy Moss might come down with it. Obviously, high balls are the better way. The high thrown balls are obviously the better way to let a big body receiver like a Calvin Johnson or a Randy Moss to go up there and go up to go moss him. You know what I mean? So yeah. You just tap it if you want to lob it. Now that it works with slant routes, it works with any post route. Just make sure that you are burning your guy deep enough to make that lob pass. Now you obviously don't want to lob pass if they're too close to the sideline, because the pass is going to go over to the sidelines, and that you don't want that. Bullet pass, self-explanatory. You just hold the button and boom. Now if you're trying to squeeze it in there, that's when you start the bullet pass, and self-explanatory. Now that is a basic thing, but you guys should all know that if you guys are playing Madden, is how to bullet pass. There's two different types of passes on those. But let's take it even a step further. This is kind of basic, but it's not really. Just wanted to touch base on it a little bit at least. And there's two different types of trajectories that you can have with your passes. Now you have the high ball and you have the low ball. Last year, high ball was extremely effective. I actually lost the tournament because of a high ball. And as you can see, the low ball right there, not high ball, I lost because of a low ball. The low ball right there, this year it's not as effective. The defenders actually play it. Last year they literally, zones just did not play high balls. People would literally throw low balls. People did not play low balls at all. You could literally throw a low ball into like 3 people and you would end up catching it. This year they did a little bit better job to tune it up. And on top of that, if you start low balling, you might hit your O-line, and it's kind of inconsistent. As you can see, I wasn't pass leading or anything there. Now, how you low ball? You low ball by holding L2 and throwing the ball. Hold L2 when you throw, and you will access a low ball. To high ball, you hold L1 when you throw, and as you can see, they're gonna have to jump up for it. The bigger the body of the receiver, the higher chance of completion rating, because he's obviously a taller receiver. So a lot of people like to do it with tight ends. Now, another thing that you guys don't want to do is you guys don't want to throw the high ball or low ball when you're. I honestly would say if you're throwing the ball more than 15 yards, do not low ball it. Do not high ball it. Don't do any of that. unless your quarterback is like the most accurate quarterback in the world. I know probably nearing the end of the year, high balls, deep streak high balls will be a thing. But as you can see, the deeper the throw, the less accurate your quarterback is going to be. Now, of course, you might be able to make that throw still, but the deeper the throw, the less accurate you're going to be, whether you're low balling, high balling, or anything like that. Now, if you want to try to high ball a touch pass, those really don't really work that much. But if you're within that 15-yard range of a throw, a lot of the throws will be completed. Just make sure that if you're trying to high ball and low ball, you're doing it in the correct times, because a lot of times you can get picked off because the trajectory of the ball is lower if you're low balling, and you have a very, very high risk of overthrowing to one of the defenders by high balling a pass that just shouldn't be high balled. Like sometimes you'll see a wide open receiver and you'll try to high ball them. If you guys already know this and you're just tuning into the video just to watch, your guy will be open for a high ball. Not even a high ball. He'll be wide open. You won't have to lead the pass. You won't have to do anything, and your guy will literally overthrow a wide open pass, even though it's like a 5-yard pass. So if you don't have to, don't high ball, don't low ball. But just showing you guys the different options. Now, another thing that I forgot to talk about is pass leading. You can pass lead, and it doesn't really make a difference this year, but like if you guys, it does, and it's kind of iffy. Like the only time I've seen that it makes a real difference is if you're pass leading deep passes. If you're pass leading like a slant, like he's gonna hit him in the numbers regardless. Like most quarterbacks are gonna hit that guy regardless in the numbers. If you're doing it on a streak, that's when it gets different, because you're trying to beat somebody over the top. So you're gonna need to, like, if there's a safety that's on the left side and you want to beat him over the top, pass leading, and as you can see, it's led to the right a little bit. Now, that's honestly the most times when I see like pass leading to be a thing. Now, with pass leading, all you have to do is when you throw the ball, just aim your left stick wherever you want to throw it. That's simple. It's not gonna pass lead it all the way. If you're Doyle and you're running a streak, it's not gonna pass lead it where the left side numbers are. So that's pretty much it. Now, next tip that I want to get into is bailing out on a play if need be. That right there, a lot of people don't know how to do. A lot of people literally, even if they're trying to waste clock, they'll run out of the pocket and they'll throw the ball away. You don't need to do that. This is only a strategy if you guys are trying to waste clock, or if you guys aren't trying to take the sack, or if you have no chance of getting out of the pocket to throw the ball away. Because if you throw the ball away while you're in the pocket, it's going to be an intentional grounding, and you're going to take a loss of yards regardless. So instead of doing that, limit the yards that are taken away from you by literally pressing L2 or left trigger if you're on the Xbox, and then clicking R3. And he just gives up on the play. If you guys are trying to waste as much clock as possible, you don't want to roll out of the pocket and throw the ball away. You want to literally just drop down and end the play on your own terms. The clock keeps rolling, and it works out for you a lot better. Now, remember, to do that is L2 and right stick. Click the right stick down, and your guy will give up on the play. He'll drop right down, and wherever he drops, that's how many yards you guys will lose. So you can also slide while being chased. You guys just have to remember these type of mechanics, because they will help you out in game. Next, and the last thing that I will talk about is something that we all can get a little better at, and that is pocket presence. And now for this, I am actually going to show a defense for this, because it's only right I show a little bit of my pocket presence. My pocket presence sucks, so don't make fun of me down in the comment section, because my pocket presence is trash. But there are guys out there, and I'm talking championship level dudes. I'm talking Dreeny, I'm talking Dubby, I'm talking Young Kiv, who literally have the pocket presence of a god, and it's the most annoying thing in the world to watch. Because me, I like watching runners. Rest in peace to True Boy, but True Boy was probably one of my favorite players to watch ever, because he was just a phenomenal runner, and I appreciate someone with a good run game. And that like he was somebody that I would honestly root for. Him and Kev are two people that I would root for constantly because I literally used to talk to him all the time, like literally all the time. Back in the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 days. So rest in peace to him, man. It's such a sad story. But let's continue with the video. Pocket presence, man. You got guys like Dubby and Dreeny and Young Kev that literally have like crazy, amazing pocket presence. And the one thing I always see, I don't even do this anymore, but the one thing I always see that everyone needs to get better at, not everyone, but you beginners need to get better at when you start passing, is this. I see this a lot. Let me just hold back and try to make a read. I mean, listen, I'm the luckiest guy in the world. I throw dots regardless. But listen, this is what I see constantly is people that drop back 20, 30 yards to try to make a throw. And what that does is it turns a 10-yard throw into a 30-yard throw. And with that being said, your quarterback is going to have really good passing stats if you're going to make him go from this is a short route and then you're going to back up. Okay, and JJ Watt's just going to be a god and tackle my right tackle and tackle me. You're making every throw that you make by just backing up. You're just making that throw 10 times longer than it has to be. Your throws will be more accurate. You can throw further if you just have a little pocket presence. And by pocket presence, I mean learn how to move up in the pocket. Now, obviously, JJ Watt is a god, clearly, and he just is not going to take no for an answer. But move up. See, that was beautiful pocket movement. Make your read, and then be on your way. But a lot of the times, people are dropping back way too far, is what I'm noticing. And they'll drop back, and then when it's too late, they'll move up. But by the time you move up and you get sacked at that point, that's a loss of 12, 15 yards instead of make your drop back up. And I told you, JJ Watt is just a god, and he just can't be stopped. Make your drop back, move up in the pocket, and call it a day. I've seen young Dreeny, I've seen Kev and young. Okay, like this is what made me believe that these two dudes are just phenomenal. I've seen Dreeny and Kev. I've seen them both do this. They've made a pass literally right at the line of scrimmage. And it's like, how do you have the type of pocket presence to move all the way around, move all the way up in the pocket, and make a pass like that? That is what separates a phenomenal passer to your basic average passers that literally are just getting by with money plays. Like, they just moved up and like right here, and then they make a throw. And it's just, to me, that's phenomenal in passing. And I noticed that type of stuff because it literally, to me, that's what separates them. That's what separates champions from your regular old Joe Schmoes that want to be good at Madden. Get better at pocket presence. It will change. It will turn your whole game around. And I think that's how I'm gonna end the video, man. Is get out there, finish y'all weekend league, play y'all games, get better at pocket presence. If you guys are new to the channel, man, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you guys appreciate the basic tips, this whole segment, leave a like, share the video with your friends that are new to Madden. I know a lot of people will be getting the game around Christmas time and stuff like that. So if these kids are new, man, I want them to come in knowing exactly what they're gonna expect. Like, just, you know, we gotta get better at the game. I'll make a blocking video soon. If you guys want, just down in the comment section, let me know what you guys want to see on the channel, and I'll try my best to get it to you. All right, you guys, as always, my name is Pony Montana, and I am out. 2 fingers, baby. Peace.